What's up? What's up? What's up? Gotta talk about something very important, man. I'm concerned about my black pillars that I watch often. His name is LoneWolf87, and his last few videos that he posted on YouTube before his old channel was taken down was very concerning, to say the least. He was talking about basically self deletion and how he's basically, to summarize what you're saying, he was like, he doesn't, like, if a person decides to take themselves out for whatever reason, like, he doesn't see anything wrong with it, because it's like it's a option. And I would say I could resonate with the feeling of, like, feeling empty and feeling like no hope is there. But I'm really sad because Lone Wolf 87 was a person that I could relate to in a lot of his videos, and it helped me to cope with my own feelings of loneliness and depression and whatever is going on. And his last few videos was very concerning because he was showing signs that he was on the edge of just taking himself off this earth. And I could tell he was in this dark, dark place. And the situation is concerning because it's reminiscent of other black pillars that basically they got consumed by the black pill, and the black pill basically they basically took the black pill, and there's no coming back once you take the black pill. You got other YouTubers like Renegade One, who unfortunately took his own life because he didn't want to be a part of this world anymore, and he was consumed by the black pill, man. Sometimes I gotta take a break from it because it could really, really become depressing if you get ingrained into the black pill philosophy, man. Because it's honestly like you don't get no realer than the black pill. Like, the red pill, it's not real as compared to the black pill. The black pill talks about real life issues that guys like us are facing when it comes onto the dating scene and society in general, and how much we feel neglected and unwanted by women, and just how society treats us as being outcasts. But I have to make this video to acknowledge Lone Wolf 87 because I feel like he's one of the OGs of the Black Pill movement. I mean, I've been in the game for longer than him, but he really gathered a lot of followers, and I mean, his videos really touched a lot of people because there's a lot of men out here who can relate to him. And like I said, his last video, I didn't get to see his very last video that he posted on YouTube before his channel got taken down. And I've seen the clip of it because somebody else screen recorded and posted on their channel, and it basically was a video of, like, him having a knife, and he was, like, holding onto the knife, and it was very concerning. So I'm just saying to myself, man, I hope he doesn't take his life. I hope he didn't took his life, because that would be another black pill person that we've lost to the game. And I mean, it's sad enough that we don't got support out here. A lot of men are suffering in silence, and it's just really heartbreaking, man, to see so much guys going through the struggles of feeling just defeated by the game of life. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab something real quick. Okay, I'm back. But I'm really concerned for Lone Wolf, man. I'm concerned for his safety. Um, I'm really concerned about Lone Wolf, man, because Lone Wolf 87 is a guy that is really relatable, and I'll say I like I said, I resonate with a lot of stuff, a lot of things he talk about when it comes on to just not being wanted by a woman, or just either you had moments where the woman, it may have given you her number, um, and you are texting. It seems like things are going well, and out of nowhere she flakes out on you, or they playing these mind games, or leading you on, and just you're feeling like you're not going nowhere, so you just get frustrated and you just say, I don't want to even deal with these women anymore. But on some real note, man, Lone Wolf was real down to earth man, like, and he was actually funny too, and his videos were very entertaining. But I just felt like he was suffering a lot, because he talks a lot about being lonely, and Lone Wolf was a guy that was just, why does this thing keep saying rotate, man? Or orientation is locked. Rotate device back. What does it mean? Orientation is locked. I don't know what that means. But I mean, I hope he doesn't. I hope he didn't. I hope he didn't eliminate himself. I don't want to use certain words because of the algorithm. You know how it is. I've been shadow banned by YouTube, man. I post videos. I barely get any views, and I don't really can't go live as much. That's why I stopped posting, because I got discouraged, because like my videos don't get enough views, and it's like I put good content out, but I don't get any type of I don't get the attention. I don't get nothing, no positive feedback. So it's like, why even bother, But no, I really have to make this video because Lone Wolf was the only person that acknowledged me in his community tab, because other back players will talk about their own struggles in life, but they won't really acknowledge each other, almost like they have this competitive jealousy towards one another. And Lone Wolf, he named certain black pillars that other people should watch and follow. And I commented in one of his videos like, yo, I make black pill content, man. And I'm like, why I didn't get any shout outs? And he was such a cool guy that he posted under his community tabs like, hey, make sure to follow, because before I changed my channel's name, it was Pay Nagato. That was my other name. He posted on his community tab my YouTube channel with my name on it and everything. Said make sure to follow him and subscribe to the channel. I gained like probably 30 subscribers from that, so I will never forget that kindness that he showed me, and just showing, and he's a really genuine person, and I have to pay my respect to him, because I'm like, yo, Lone Wolf didn't have to do that, but he just from that he showed me how sincere he was. And like I was going back to the point I was originally making, man. I hope he didn't kill himself. Ah, man, I used the word. I hope he didn't took his own life, because, man, we need this man. We need him, and we need him to keep the fight, because without him, a lot of guys gonna be suffering, because LoneWolf87 is like a soldier, man. Like, he's a soldier, one of those those real soldiers that have been gone through the battle, that he's battle tested, man. But I know the black pill is not something you can take for too long, because when you get consumed by the black pill, man, it literally could take your own life. And I have to find ways to get away from the black pill, man. I got to find ways to cope, because when you're going through the black pill, when you're actually living in the black pill manosphere, when you're in that life, man, that thing can literally consume you, man, literally consume you. And like I said, the black pill have, a lot of YouTubers have been a victim of that, of consuming the black pill, and it basically took their life. You got Renegade One, you got Baraka McCray, you got so much other, man. They may not have posted videos. They may have commented in one of those channels and say they're at their wits end with life, and they're about to take themselves out. So I'm sure there's a lot of men out there who we haven't heard of, who have taken their lives after being consumed by the black pill. But it's just sad and unfortunate there's so much men out here that are suffering, that are dealing with their own demons, and that are like fighting through the struggles of life. And it's just such a sad situation, because these are good men. These men, they they are not out here committing crimes. They're not out here being a menace to society. All they want is to be accepted and be loved by women, and just be accepted by society. But unfortunately, because of their looks or because of how people perceive them or whatever it may be, they've been stereotyped out and they've been basically singled out, and they have no one to turn to. It's a sad reality that we live in. That world where it's like some men, no matter how hard they try and try to better themselves, they just never get the respect they deserve. They don't get acknowledged, and it's constant. It's a constant battle to just maintain your sanity when you're like going through the struggles of just trying to cope with, the struggles, when it comes on to finding a woman that you can be in, you could be intimate with, and I could tell Lone Wolf, man. Lone Wolf F87 said he had, one thing I was proud of Lone Wolf 87. He was doing things to better himself. He got himself a new apartment, and he had his own place. And I know he was struggling with work wise, because he said he's tired of working as a custodian, and he's, that type of job is not what he wants to do long term. But I mean, I have respect for him, because at the end of the day, he still had a job, and he was still holding it down and taking care of his business. But I know he wanted something better, man. And it's sad. It's so sad, because I think about it, like how many guys that are just are doing their own thing, trying to get through the struggles in life, and trying their best to make it work, and they don't they don't feel like they're appreciated for anything they do, and they just feel like they're just getting through the day. And it's just really, really, this this it's a disgrace, man. There's so much guys out here that are just lonely, man. If I could just put it in simple terms, there are so many lonely men out here. And I mean, Lone Wolf 87 he spoke openly about being alone. I mean, it's one thing to be alone and one thing to be lonely, but he spoke openly about also being alone, but in general, like just feeling lonely and not having anyone to talk to. And I mean, he had nephews, and I think he had like a twin brother, but he just, like, in general, he just felt lonely. And I could tell he was going through a lot, and he was very depressed. So it's just like, man, when he posted those last few videos, and he said, you know, no one should tell you if you kill yourself, other people will suffer. And he's like, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. And like I said, I'm not someone who will talk down on somebody who eliminate themselves from this world, because you can't speak on their behalf, because you don't know what they're going through. And if you're not walking in their shoes, you don't have the right to judge them. I really believe if you have not walked a mile in someone's shoes, you don't have the right to judge them. And even if you could relate to someone, each person's situation is different. And it's sad, because there's guys out here who really want to make it work, and they're trying their best, and they feel like no matter how hard they try, they just can't get through the struggles in life. You know what I'm saying? So Lone Wolf 87 was definitely going through it, man. And I feel it for him, man. I really feel it for him. And man, I feel so sad, because there's so much guys like us. Like, we out here, man. We're out here. We're definitely dealing with the struggles in life, man. We are like the social outcast, the social misfit of society. And we just know that it's in situations nothing can change. It can only get worse, right? And I realize that a lot with guys like us is we just don't feel like there's any hope. And one thing I try not to do is beat myself up, because I know there's certain things, certain elements that are out of my control. I can control how tall I am. I can control how my body. I can control certain aspects of how I look. You can always improve your looks in certain ways, but your facial structures, the bone structures, the way your body shaped, certain things you just can't control. And obviously you can't control what race you're born into, right? So certain factors are out there. Obviously, there's certain factors that are out of our control, and the only thing we could do is find a way to cope with it the best way. we can. But I'm just having I'm just really, really just worried about Lone Wolf. I hope he just I don't know if YouTube took his channel down or he removed it himself, but I know if you post any video when it comes onto like that, that word, when it comes onto like deleting yourself, YouTube has like a strict guideline against that, and more than likely they're gonna ban you. They're gonna delete your whole channel because you're promoting that type of behavior, and they're basically strictly against that. So I don't know what happened with that or what's the case with that, but I just hope that he didn't end up taking himself out because, but we need him, man, in this space because, like I said, Lone Wolf is one of those OGs in the space, and we gotta look out for one another. We gotta be our own brother's keeper, man. I watched this one channel that said they've been trying to see if they could reach out to Lone Wolf, and apparently Kent Trey has his phone number, and he was texting Lone Wolf trying to reach out to him to see if he's okay, but he didn't get a response from him. And I'm like, wow, man, I wish I had reached out to Lone Wolf and got a hold of his number because sometimes you think about things like this where it's like, oh man, I wish I would have done this differently. Like somebody's crying out for help. They clearly show that they're going through a lot of pain, and you sometimes you reflect on it and you're like, oh man, I wish I would have got a hold of that person, get their number, check up on them to see if they're okay. Because even Lone Wolf said it in one of his channels, like, it's important to check up on people to see if they're okay, man, because you just don't know what people are going through, man. People are going through a lot in life, a lot of pain, a lot of strife, a lot of misery, and it's important to be uh mindful of that and see and just check up on people, man, because a lot of people out here are suffering. But I'm really concerned about Lone Wolf, man. I hope, like I said, I hope he didn't took the path of deleting himself, because man, like life is hard enough, but it's like once you take yourself out, there's no coming back. And if you're someone who believes in God, then you know that if you delete yourself, then you're not gonna make it to heaven. And like I said, I don't want to go into religion because I feel like religion also does more harm than good. But I'm just saying, speaking on the behalf of like just the religion aspect of it. I mean, shit. There are times when I've contemplated committing the S word. I'm not gonna say it, but there's times that I've thought about doing it. But I'm like, man, I worked too hard to get where I'm at, and I built myself up to the point where it's like I can't go that route because then I will basically have thrown out. I basically all the hard work I put in to sacrifice to get where I'm at right now, all the blood, sweat, and tears, me proving like all the haters wrong and stuff, all the things that I've done to invest in me to build myself up, I would have been basically throwing everything away if I would have took my life, and I would have gave my haters something to talk about. And one thing I don't want to do is give that person that sense of like victory. So I cannot allow that stuff to get me down. I mean, life is hard. We go through struggles in life, but I just try my best to stay focused on my goals and trying to improve myself in whatever way I can and try to better myself. But it's a battle out here, man. It's a battle out here, and I'm coming up with some new videos because I want to come. Even though it's discouraging because I don't get any views, I don't get any support, but I gotta talk about certain topics. I really gotta address certain topics. But like I was saying before, man, my prayers goes out to Lone Wolf 87. I hope he's okay, man. I hope he's in a better headspace, and I just hope he ends up overcoming whatever issues he's dealing with. And I know like he's going through a lot, and I could relate to a lot of the things he spoke about in his videos. And best of wishes for him, and I hope he didn't take his life, and if he did, rest in peace to Lone Wolf 87. And man, we gotta look out for one another. All I can say is that we need to help each other out, man, because we don't have any support out here, man. Society don't want anything to do with us. We're already rejected by the predominant society. I mean, we're really being outcasted and everything. So it's like we gotta find a way to support one another in whatever way we can, and we have to be our brother's keeper, man. If we don't look out for one another, we are basically gonna be left on. I mean, we're already isolated to begin with because we're on our own, right? We're on our own. We don't have any support. We don't have anyone to talk to. Man, it's just sad out here, man. It's so depressing. It really is. And like I said, Lone Wolf was going through it, man. He was definitely going through it. And like I said, going back to Renegade One, man, I would say Renegade is a very smart guy, man. When I hear this guy talk, I'm like, this dude is brilliant. He could have been a physicist. He could have been a engineer. He could have been something like great in life, man. Some like that's how intelligent this man was. And like I said, I don't meet a lot of people that are smart like that. But I mean, Renegade One was a very intelligent, very. He has a very high IQ, extremely intelligent guy. Dude could have been in Mensa. Like that's how smart he was. Like I got that. That's what impression I got from him. I was like, this man is very eloquent. He's well spoken, and he knows his stuff. And I'm like, how somebody so smart could end up being consumed by the black pill? And I realized sometimes when you get into black pill, you know way more than what the average society knows, and you know the truth, and you're like awake, and you see things for what it is. Sometimes it makes you depressed because you're like isolated. You don't know. A lot of people don't relate to you, and that's why I feel like the case. That's why I feel like happened with Renegade One. He was too smart for his own good, if you get what I'm saying. And it's just sad, man. We lost a lot of good people through this black pill, man. And I'm not gonna say, oh, we should just abandon the black pill, because the black pill is the harsh truth of life, and this is the reality of what the day is like today, of what the dating scene is like today. So it's no denying it that it's not there. But I'm just saying there's times when you need to take a step back and remove yourself from it, because if you get so heavily consumed by it, it could literally destroy you. Destroy you. You could never recover from it. And I try ways to cope. I try ways to get rid of that, not get consumed by it, and just not allow myself to get uh, poisoned by it. If you get what I'm saying, because it's really hard out here, man. But I feel like some people are just cursed for whatever reason, man, and they have to find ways to cope with it, whatever way they can. But I just want to wish the best for I hope and pray that Lone Wolf is still alive. I hope he didn't end up taking his life, because that would be such a sad situation. Because when I see people like Lone Wolf, it's like it's encouraging to know that there's guys out here who are going through it. And it's like I don't like this pity party thing, because I don't like people to feel sorry for me because I'm going through this. It's just like we just need someone to support us. We just need someone that encourages us, to let us know, man, you're gonna get through it. And just know that you're not alone. It's just a good feeling. But like I said before, I just hope that he didn't take his life, and he just take time off of this whole black pill thing to clear his head. And I'm sure he's still going through it, but hopefully he comes back, stronger than ever. And if he unfortunately did take his life, then my condolences goes out to him and his family. Prayers up to Lone Wolf if he did taking his life. But I don't know what else to say. I'm running out of ideas. Going on in like 20 something minutes. But all I can say is, man, we gotta keep fighting, man. No matter what, we cannot give up, bro. We gotta we gotta keep the faith. Keep the. We just cannot allow society to bring us down, man. We cannot allow what other people say to destroy us. We have to find something that keeps us motivated to wake up each day take on the world, whether it be if you have a job, whatever it may be, man. You just gotta find something to keep you going. You cannot allow society to destroy you, man. You cannot allow your circumstances to dictate how you view. I mean, we all human beings, so it's natural to feel a certain way about life. We go through emotions in life. We feel depressed. We feel happy. We like it's a natural to go through those feelings, but at the same time, we cannot allow those negative feelings. Because us guys like us who are in the black pill, right, that go through true forced loneliness or that are in this community, like we are already shunned by society. We've been belittled. We've been ostracized. We go through this situation already, so we know what it's like to not feel wanted. And then we also sabotage our own self by putting ourselves down and thinking less of ourselves. So we have to find a way to not allow what the outside world thinks of us to determine or basic dictate how we feel inside. We have to find a way to overcome those thoughts and those feelings. Even though nothing is wrong with going through those feelings, we just can't get consumed by it. But I rest my case about this topic, and I hope Lone Wolf is fine, and hope rest the best for him. And I'll be stay on top of everything, see if anything changed, and hope you guys are doing good out there. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And take care of yourself. All right, peace.